My name is Leihei Emigli, the artist formerly known as Lawrence Sylvester Pendleton IV. I was born and raised in Oakland, California. I grew up in the Bay Area and I loved it. It was a great place to grow up in. Beautiful weather, a lot of access to nature and things of that sort. I relocated here to the East Coast and been here since November of '96. And I'm raising my children here in New York. And even though it's New York City, which is kind of grimy at times, I still feel like it's a very unique experience for them to be not only born in this country, because this country itself is kind of a unique experiment in the human experience on this planet, but also to be in this city, which is, New York. I'm a well-rounded artist in the sense of, I write, I paint, I illustrate, and do graphic work, and also just like create shit. But at the same time, I can sometimes run the risk of being a nowhere man, which is that Beatles song from the Yellow Submarine. Well, I say run the risk of being a nowhere man because I've been that before. I've worked on several different projects at the same time and wound up not finishing any of them. So I think in the last, honestly in the last maybe 6 to 7 years, have I been able to get it to a place to where I'm still, create different things, but I focus on the things that are more important and get things done, so to speak. Because I think that's the most important part of being an artist and just of being a human period, starting something and finishing it. I definitely knew I was gonna do art from early on, because I was good at it as a kid. So I know you can't predict your future, you know what I'm saying? But if anything, I see the next, 40 years, knock on wood if I let that on, just producing art, you know what I'm saying? And still having other shit to do, like my jobs, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully just like writing and everything like that, but this is something that will always be a constant. Whereas, if I say, okay, well, you know what, I'm gonna stop writing songs. Even if I hear them in my head, I'm gonna just stop writing them because they're not going anywhere. I will never stop painting, I wouldn't think so, because that's what I think from birth was naturally set to do. But when I write, I look at it I see it in my head as a movie. Anything I write, whether it's science fiction, romance, just weird shit, it's always very cinematic in my head. I'm talking about cinematography and all that kind of stuff. And that's what being a writer is, right? Like if you're writing, you're describing lighting, you're describing colors, you're describing where shadows fall. You're describing all these things that they do. They serve you visually in the movie. So that using the movie vehicle in my head to create makes it a lot easier to do it.
So in a sense, you're painting with words as well.
Yes, definitely.
So you're definitely a painter.
Otherwise, I couldn't see. Let's put it this way, I couldn't imagine, because I've never had the experience except for songs, except for writing songs, of writing purely based on words alone. You know what I'm saying? Like without there being any sort of visual thing going in my head connected to the writing, I couldn't imagine writing a book just purely based on words, because I'm essentially describing what I see in my head when I write, as opposed to, I'm sure there's a lot of authors who just start writing a story and it's based pretty much on the how would I put it, text of your mind, so to speak. But yeah, I've gotten better at it. I'm growing at it, and I've expanded my mind, working in genres that I never thought I would work before. And I'm not mad at it. I didn't when I wrote the book out, Dirty Red. One of my first issues when I began writing was, I don't live in the hood. I'm not some hood dude. You know what I'm saying, so to speak. So, how do I write this without it just sounding like, basically I watched a music video and wrote what I saw in the music video, or I had it come across like, black people talk like this and these people talk like that type of shit. So in order to get past that, I was like, well, let me just take any of that kind of pressure off myself and just basically, in my mind, just say, well, you're just writing a movie.
no, no, no.